Hi, my name is Piers Watson. I'm here today to present to you Toyota's 8th generation Hilux. The Toyota Hilux was first launched in March 1968, so this year actually marks the 50th anniversary since this model was launched to the public. With every generation since then, this one being the 8th generation, it's become more powerful, more fuel efficient, and overall a better vehicle in every way. So for this latest generation of the Hilux, the exterior of the vehicle has been completely redesigned. But as you can see, it still maintains the Toyota family look and is quite clearly a Toyota Hilux. So the front of the car, it has the latest Toyota 4x4 family look with the rectangle headlights and a large grille, giving it a powerful look. Here at the front of the vehicle, we can see that it comes fitted as standard with coil springs. It's got the 16-inch steel wheels and is fitted with Goodyear Wrangler 205 width tyres. At the rear of the vehicle we can see it's got the same 16-inch steel wheels, the same 205 width tyres, but the main difference here is the suspension. This is fitted with the leaf springs at the rear, and the reason for that being that with the pickup bed in the back, which is designed to carry up to a ton of payload, we need to have the extra strength and weight carrying ability of the leaf spring. So looking at the side of the vehicle, this model comes with the mud flaps front and rear, and it also comes with a full length side step, which makes getting in and out of the vehicle a lot easier. So moving to the rear of the vehicle, we can see that Toyota have freshened up the overall look of the rear of the vehicle. So we've got the new redesigned light clusters. We've maintained the center stoplight, and the bumper has maintained the same handy step that you can use to access the pickup bed in the case that the rear door is closed like it is now. So to access the pickup bed, very easy. You have one large handle that is actually lockable as well using the driver's key. That pulls down. You've got the solid straps to keep it straight. So for the 8th generation, Toyota have redesigned the shape of the inside of the pickup bed. So it's longer, it's wider, and it's very much a class leader in terms of overall size. So looking inside the pickup bed, Toyota have added these 2 hooks on either side, which are very useful obviously for tying down any load that you're going to be carrying inside the pickup bed. Also a feature of this model is the deck guard frame, which if you're carrying load in the pickup bed, if you have to brake heavily or if the load moves, this will protect the occupants and also the rear screen from getting damaged. One of the biggest improvements on the 8th generation Hilux is introduction of the 2GD turbo diesel's 2.4 litre engine. Probably gives this new model the biggest advantages compared to the previous one. So this engine is one of the most technically advanced engines that Toyota have in their range. So it comes with it, it's got the variable nozzle turbocharger, it has variable valve timing, it has high pressure common rail fuel injection, and it also has an intercooler. So when compared to the previous model, this engine actually produces 45% more power and torque, but at the same time 30% less fuel is used on the combined cycle. Okay, so we've talked about the 2GD engine that's fitted to this version of the Hilux, but just so you know, TGS also stocks the Hilux with a 3 litre normally aspirated diesel, which is available for certain markets. That has the engine code 5L. So on this 8th generation Hilux, Toyota have completely redesigned the interior of the vehicle. It's actually one of the parts of the new model that's received the most work. So Toyota are fully aware that buyers of this vehicle not only want a vehicle that's tough, reliable, can carry a load in the back, but also a vehicle that's comfortable for its occupants, up to 5 people in this case, over long distances. And a lot of the buyers of this vehicle will spend many hours every day of the week inside the car, so it's important that it's comfortable. And it is. I mean, I'm 1.92 m and I've got plenty of leg room. It's really comfortable in the back. Toyota have added a host of extra features, even in the rear of the vehicle, as we can see. So they've got storage behind the driver's seat. We have an additional grab handle here for entering the vehicle. As you saw before when I came in, we used it. This model is fitted with rear electric windows. We also have a good storage area in the bottom of the door card with a cup holder. And if I get out the vehicle, we also have storage under the rear seat, which is very easy to access. We just pull the cord, and here we have a good amount of storage. This side we fitted the bottle jack, and also the toolkit is fitted here. So moving to the front of the interior, as we can see, this has been completely redesigned by Toyota. It's an all-new dashboard, all-new center console, all-new instrument cluster, and they've been quite clever with how they've packaged it as well. The dashboard has quite a large amount of storage there in the middle, as you can see. It has a lockable glove compartment, which also has a decent amount of storage. Here we have our two owners' manuals. This one's in English, the other one's in French. In terms of cup holders, well, we've got one here, one for the passenger side. We have one on my side as well. We have one in the middle next to the handbrake. We have some more storage space here for pens or whatever you want to store here. Each of the two door cards has quite a large amount of storage, plus there's space for another large cup or a bottle. Okay, so before we go on our test drive of the Hilux, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the interior, from a driver's point of view. So the first thing you notice is it's a very comfortable vehicle to sit in, and the way that they've redesigned the dashboard has meant that everything is a lot closer to hand. So I mean, just to go through some of the features, we have the hazard lights easily accessible on the dashboard here. We have a brand new radio CD player with Bluetooth and USB compatibility. We've got the 4 electric windows, again easily accessible here on the left panel. This model is fitted with electric mirrors. We have buttons here to lock the 4 doors of the vehicle from the inside. I can also disable the rear electric windows, so if you have people in the back, normally children that you don't want to have playing with electric windows, then we can disable that from right here on the left. So also down here, you might not be able to see it completely on the camera, but we have the controls for the air conditioning. We've also got the dial to control the 4-wheel drive. So at the moment we're in high 2, which we would normally use on the highway, the normal tarmac roads as we are today. But we also, with one switch, we can go to high 4, so that's 4-wheel drive for higher speed driving, so 80, 100 kilometers an hour, motorway type speed. But you also can turn it round to L4, which would be lower range 4-wheel drive. So as soon as we go on to the rough stuff, off-roading, we would switch it round to low 4. And all the hubs would automatically switch to include the low range 4-wheel drive. Okay, we've also got a 12-volt socket down here for plugging in any chargers or map lights you want to include, or GPS. So before I forget, we've also got the audio controls on the steering wheel on this model, which is a really nice feature to have. So, and of course, a 6-speed manual transmission fitted to this new Hilux. Again, it's a new feature for this 8th generation car. Okay, so we've had a look around the interior features of the car, so it's time to go for a drive. So the first thing you notice is how light the controls are. So the clutch is very light, the gearbox is very light. It feels like you're driving a car, I'll be honest, it doesn't feel like I'm driving a pickup truck. Again, this new 2GD engine is very, very quiet. I mean, for a diesel, we can hardly hear it. I mean, it's very quiet. So yeah, we're just driving through a tunnel, and as we can see inside, it's very well lit up. Toyota have gone with the blue, so the blue instrument dials. We've got the radios very well lit up, as are the 4-wheel drive controls and the air conditioning, and the buttons on the steering wheel as well, also lit up, easy to see. Of course, as you would expect, this model is fitted with the power steering. So the steering is very light and easy to use at low speed. So we talked earlier on in the video about one of the best features of the new Hilux is the inclusion of the new 2GD engine, which is just 45% more powerful and 30% more fuel efficient. Well, straight away, as soon as you start up this model, you notice the new engine. Not only is it quieter, but it also has more pull from lower down the rev range, so that 400 Newton meters of torque at only 2,000 RPM, you notice it immediately. So we no longer have to rev the engine above 2,500 revs really to get any power. It pulls immediately in any gear. And as you're driving along, it is again much more comfortable and quiet to drive. So you can barely hear the engine as we're driving along now. Talking about the suspension of this new Hilux, it's certainly more comfortable than the 7th generation model. Toyota have done a great job with the new interior. The seats are much more comfortable. The steering wheel feels better. But remember, this is still a pickup, so it has got leaf springs on the back, which means that, you know, compared to the previous vehicle that I reviewed, which was the Prado, yeah, it's not quite as comfortable as the Prado. You do notice those leaf springs on the back. When we go over bumps, it is slightly bumpy when you're sitting inside the vehicle. Of course, once you have loads in the pickup bed, that will always improve the ride, because as a pickup, this vehicle is designed to carry a load in the back. So yes, right now we have nothing in the back, so the ride, especially probably for the rear passengers, will be slightly bumpier than if we did have some goods to carry. So you might remember in my last video I talked about the excellent visibility that we had on the Prado. Well, this Hilux, I have to say, is just as good. We have great visibility down the front of the bonnet. I can see out the rear very easily, and yeah, we have extra large wind mirrors, which again help us to see clearly not only down the side of the vehicle, but also the traffic that's following us behind. So in terms of the safety features fitted to this new Hilux, this model and the other two models in the TGS stock range come fitted as standard with anti-lock brakes, or ABS for short. They also come as standard with driver and passenger airbags. So that brings us to the end of our Hilux presentation video. I hope you've enjoyed it and learnt a few things about the new model. If you have any questions at all about the vehicle, please email us at sales@toyota-jib.com, and we'll be more than happy to give you any information you might need about the vehicle. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.